Okay, the time's come, guys. SoFi's earnings are finally here, and I got the double espresso on deck. Cheers, by the way. And I also have SoFi Blue on. How could I not, guys? How could I not? After the earnings that we just got. And look, the stock right now is currently trading at $30.48, and we're up over 1.6%. And this morning, guys, we hit over 31.60, which is an all-time high. So let's dive into these numbers, guys. We got a double beat out of SoFi. They reported earnings per share, adjusted by the way, of 11 cents, which beat the 8 cents expected, and sales came in at almost $950 million, which absolutely demolished the $885 million expectation. So double beat out of SoFi, right? And don't worry, we'll dive deeper into the actual release here in a couple of minutes. But first, we'll take a look at the headline numbers and the charts. So we got the double beat, and on top of that, they raised their guidance. You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. They raised their full year 25 GAAP EPS guidance from 31 cents to now 37 cents, right? Which is big. A nice raise there, and they raised their sales guidance as well for full year 25. Now it's looking at, let's see, from $3.375 billion, that's what it was before, to now $3.54 billion, and that's against the 3.42 expected from analysts. So not only did they double beat, but we also got a raise in guidance for both GAAP EPS and net sales for the entire year. Think about that, guys. Very big news. And we can see the stock's been all over the place, kind of. We were actually red earlier this morning. You guys can see we got to 31.66 in the pre-market. That's an all-time high. And then we dumped all the way to 28.80. So we did get back into the 20s, the high 20s at that, but still the 20s, right? And we were down 9% from that point, 31.66 down to 28.80. That was roughly a 9% drop. But you guys can see what happened here, right? The bulls came in, buyers came in at a critical spot, $28, $29, and now we're pushing $31 again. That is very critical. That confirms essentially exactly what I wanted to see after good earnings, right? And by the way, a couple days ago, we got this breakout over $28, $29, really $29. So listen to what happened here. Watch, look at what happened. We broke $29 2 days ago. We filled the gap to $31. Essentially today, we started breaking out of it, 31.15 this morning. So we filled that gap. We pulled back down. Again, we hit $29 this morning on the pullback, and we held that old resistance as support, right? So we took out this channel, pulled back, held it as support. Now we're bouncing again. This is very good news on the charts for the bulls, right? We got good earnings, and now the charts are, looking good as well. We got the all-time high pullback, and now we're getting buyers to come in again. What more could you ask for, right, on these charts? So at this point, guys, SoFi looks like it's gearing up for a full-on breakout. We're not yet breaking out of $31. We did a little bit this morning. Now we're back under it. That's what I'm looking to see if we retest, or I'm waiting to see when and if we retest that, because I think if we take that out, if we break above 31.50, mid-30s could be coming on SoFi. I know it sounds crazy, but that's where the charts are pointing. That's where we could be going, right? So let me show you now the numbers out of SoFi. By the way, guys, smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe. I appreciate all of you for tuning in as always. Follow along for more if you're watching on Facebook, right? Whatever. You guys get the point. Make sure to subscribe. Thanks for all the support as always. So we can see the headline here on SoFi's IR page. SoFi reports third quarter 2025 with record net revenue of $962 million, record member and product growth, and net income of $139 million. And let me zoom in here and show you guys this. Net revenue was up 38% year over year. Very good. Adjusted EBITDA up 49% to record $277 million. Fee-based revenue up 50% to record $409 million. And member growth up 35% to a record 12.6 million members, and product growth up 36% to a record 18.6 million products. And again, they raised their 2025 guidance. So guys, they're hitting on all cylinders. I mean, all these key metrics are essentially records, right? And they're growing very, very nicely. Let's see what Anthony Noto said, CEO of the company. If you guys didn't know that by now, I don't know what to tell you. We can see SoFi delivered an exceptional third quarter fueled by the strength of our innovation and the power of our one-stop shop strategy, right? We achieved record adjusted net revenue of $950 million and added a record 905,000 new members and 1.4 million new products. Our ability to consistently deliver durable growth, strong returns, and exceptional credit performance proves that our strategy is battle-tested and built to outperform. The opportunity before us is massive, and SoFi is executing from a position of unparalleled strength, right? And that's why we're investing aggressively across the business and accelerating innovation in crypto, blockchain, and of course, AI, artificial intelligence, to help more members than ever before they get their money right. So yeah, I mean, guys, SoFi's all about their members, again, getting their money right, you know, and they're innovating in crypto, blockchain, AI, to name a few areas, and obviously their traditional avenues of business that we all know about. So this is their members, products by segment, and technology platform accounts, and all of these are up and to the right, growing quite nicely, except for tech platform accounts that's kind of stalled over the last year a little bit on the bottom right. But products by segment, products, members, right? These are all growing up and to the right, exactly how you want to see it. And if we look here, let me zoom out a little bit and come down. And by the way, guys, we're not going to go through every single itty bitty detail here on this earnings release, but of course you can dive deeper into it yourselves. But we're going to look into some of the key parts like we already have. And the fact that they set new records in members and products, that's huge, man. 905,000 new members joined SoFi in the quarter, up 35% from the prior year to now 12.6 million. And SoFi added a record 1.4 million new products, up 36% from the prior year to 18.6 million products, right? And let's see here, demonstrating successful diversification and durable growth with record fee-based revenue. We mentioned that. That came in at $408 million, roughly up 50%, 50% from the prior year. That's big time. And this growth was driven by strong performance from their loan platform business, which originated $3.4 billion in loans on behalf of third parties in the third quarter and generated $168 million in revenue, up 29% from the second quarter and about 2.75 times, almost 3 times from the prior year. Think about that. And let me actually come down here a little bit and see if we can find their loan originations from this past quarter. I do like looking at that for the fun of it, or not. I mean, not even for the fun of it, just because, why not, you know? So let's see here. 3 months ended September 30th, 2025. Personal loans, origination volume, $7.5 billion, ladies and gentlemen. These are all in thousands, these numbers, right? So we can see here, student loans, $1.5 billion. Home loans, almost $1 billion. $944 million in loan originations regarding home loans. And that puts the total at almost $10 billion for the 3 months ended September 30th, 2025. Almost $10 billion loan originations, right? Insane. And that's compared to the $6.3 billion from last year, guys. So think about that. Think about how much they are growing. Just their origination volume. $6.3 billion last year. Now it's pushing $10 billion just a year later. And for the 9 months ended September 30th, We have $26 billion of origination volume, right? Compared to the $16 billion from last year. That's big growth, 62% growth there. And the biggest category pop has to be home loans. Yeah, home loans percentage-wise. But, I mean, look, personal loans by far and away are the biggest. It's the biggest, right? $20 billion compared to the $12 billion from last year, 9 months ended September 30th. So this is insane, man. Insane growth out of SoFi. Guidance is phenomenal. We're not going to dive too much deeper into all this stuff because look at all this stuff, man. If you think just buying a stock, is just looking at lines on the screen, that's only part of it. That's only part of buying a long-term investment, guys. The other part of it is this. You see all this right here? Looking through this stuff. Kind of like we've been doing kind of like how we've been doing it here, but it takes a lot longer than what we've been doing here. If we really broke all this down, it would take an hour, 2 hours. And listen, we can't do that on a video, No one's going to watch that on a video, but this goes to show you have to really dive deeper into a company. It's not just about numbers on a screen, charts on a screen. That's part of it. The other part of it is understanding the actual, numbers, the financials, what's going on under the hood, right? So earnings out of SoFi, man, were very good. Very, very, very good. And I couldn't be happier as a shareholder. And clearly the stock is liking it as well. The market today it's not a killer green day, but it is a pretty decent green day. Not a bad green day. And SoFi is just, it's going. It's running. It's running on a day like today. And it's not a crazy green day as well at that, So like I said earlier in the video, man, look for that $31 retest. If SoFi could break $31, $31.50, I think this is going to fly even further. $33 to $35 could be next, guys. And at that point, I'll be honest, if we hit $35, I think that, we'll be in store for a pullback at that point. But right now, we're still in breakout territory, right? I'm telling you, if we get a clean breakout over 32, this could fly to the mid-30s very quickly, right? It's not guaranteed, though. Do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor, and full disclosure, I own SoFi stock. I've been talking about it, and I've owned it now for pretty much 2 years. I was buying in the mid-high single digits, and oh boy, am I happy about that. We'll leave it at that, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Run the likes up. Make sure to subscribe. Join the Patreon for my portfolio updates. Listen, guys, I started this portfolio on Patreon about 2.5 years ago with $0. We started off depositing $50 a week. We then went to $100, then to $250. Now we're putting in $500 a week with bonus deposits throughout the month. Essentially, we're investing thousands of dollars a month in that portfolio, right? And I show you guys exactly how I build a portfolio, how I manage it, how I beat the market. All of that is on Patreon, linked down below if you're interested, right, guys? Or go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon, or just check out the comments if you want to join. I'll see you there. And with that being said, cheers. Have a great rest of your day.